Well, you join me here today in Chipping Norton, in the heart of the Cotswolds. Now the reason we're here today is because Chipping Norton has a bit of a bad reputation, and it was voted one of the most depressing places to live in the UK. However, looking around it here in the centre, it looks pretty nice. I don't quite know what people are on about, but we're here for a few hours. We're going to have a look around and see if we can understand why Chipping Norton has this bad reputation. Let's go. So Chipping Norton is actually in the Cotswolds, as I said, which is a region of the UK that is quite a tourist hotspot because it is so beautiful. The surroundings and the towns in this region of the UK are very nice, very beautiful. But the location of Chipping Norton might give us a little key to its bad reputation, because it is also quite a rural area, and there's not a lot of work outside of tourism. So maybe this gives us a bit of a clue already to why Chipping Norton has a bad reputation. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but it looks like there's no content to film here in Chipping Norton. I really have been sold a lie. It is a perfectly nice place. What we're walking through now, is a bit less luxury, for want of a better word, than the rest of what we saw further up, which was very luxury. Maybe this is a little bit of a lower price range, but it's still very, very nice houses. So I'm mystified, and I'm quite, to be frank, I'm quite frustrated that I've made it all the way down here and there's nothing to film. But that is how it is sometimes. But yeah, don't believe the propaganda, guys. Chipping Norton is a really nice place. I'll just show you guys quickly. This is the view. So yeah, I don't get it. So what we're going to do now is head back up and wrap this one up. So we're just wandering around some suburbs here, and again, I get it, it's a bit more quiet, it's a bit less grand than in the city centre, but I feel like you'd expect that anywhere. You have areas that are slightly more nice than others, and it's not like this area is really so bad. I can see there's a bit of a contrast. These buildings aren't quite as fancy, but it's a very different thing from what the impressions I had of this were. It's very strange, and it's not like there's much more of the city to see, of the town to see. We've pretty much done it all. This is as much as Chipping Norton as there is. It's very small. We're like at the ends of the city right now. If I just show you, that is, just beyond that is the Cotswolds countryside. This is, I don't see what I'm missing here. Here we are. I think we found the one rough bit of Chipping Norton. Look behind us. There's a bit of urban decay, a few plants growing out of the concrete. But that's it, guys. That's as bad as it gets. And then maybe these are some council houses, I'm not sure. but even then it's not like some big rough estates. It's, you know, pretty nice, you know. William Bliss Avenue, that's what this place is called. Doesn't sound very nasty to me. What do you reckon, guys? What do you reckon's going on in these streets? Is there a drug deal going on? Stabbing, maybe? Don't think so. I don't think so. Do you reckon there are some gangs, you know? Some gangs who function in this area, you know? Gonna have to pay someone off. Well, I'll tell you one thing that is annoying about Chipping Norton is it is very hilly, and my tight hip flexors aren't enjoying it. So that's one bad thing if you come here. Make sure you have good hip flexors. Oh, but there we go. If you just see in the distance over there, it is a beautiful view. Look at that. Look at that. It's probably as I think the countryside in this part of the UK. Actually, would I say that? I'm not sure. It's between here and Manchester, I'd say. Between here and like the Peak District. Yeah, this kind of countryside is, I would say, the best in Britain, or maybe Cornwall as well, or best in England, I'd say. Yeah, in terms of like classic British countryside, this is as good as it gets. I always felt like the countryside in my hometown or my home region of Essex is nice, but it's not quite. There's something about the Cotswolds where it just really pops. I don't know why. The reason why Chipping Norton interested me as a destination is because I knew it was quite a nice area, and so for it to be seen as a bit dodgy by some people, what that said to me was that there must have been some level of disparity in wealth. There was a nice area and a nasty area, and I've always been very interested in this, and I think one great place that does this really well is London. You know, in London, well, it's not really a case of doing it well, it's not really good if it is the case, but there are lots of parts of London that are very intertwined with the good and the bad. You know, you've got very nice places in London, and then right next door there's a block that's a no-go zone, and there's knife crime there all the time. So as Dave says himself in his music, in London, a place where it's nicer to live is just 5 minutes north of the Guardsman Strip, right? You know, or something like that. So yeah, anyway, I was interested to see Chipping Norton because I thought it would be similar. I thought there'd be a similar kind of dynamic, but it looks like there isn't. And I don't know where this reputation has come from. I don't know why people think Chipping Norton is rough or failing rough, even remotely or depressing. Like it's not even depressing, you know. So yeah, I mean, I think this is the end of the tour, guys. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Yeah, it's a perfectly nice place. Another famous thing about Chipping Norton is that, for those of us outside of the UK, I'm sure you, and inside the UK as well, I'm sure we remember this man, Jeremy Clarkson, who used to host Top Gear. He actually lives very near to Chipping Norton, and he runs a farm near here, which is a popular TV show in the UK. I mean, I've never watched it, but yeah, people love him, obviously, and there was a book signing here for his new book. And I've got a quote from him right there. "There is no man alive who wouldn't have fun with a digger." I mean, that is the most Jeremy Clarkson thing I've ever heard. Who knows, maybe we'll run into him here. Okay, so we've made it back to the town hall, and yeah, in conclusion, I think we tried, we failed, and we're moving on. So yeah, Chipping Norton is not dodgy. I don't know where the rumours come from. We haven't worked it out. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, see you guys soon.